I, uh, I once had that idea to start, but let me hear from you. What is the reason, what prompted you to start content creation online? What is it that, in your dream, an angel appeared to you and be like, oh yeah, Mr. Esomnofo, the time is now. Go and, how did you actually start? What was your inspiration? What was your motivation? And can you just tell us about the starting process? Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate you for everything and for this opportunity to share with my colleagues my story in a way. Okay, this thing started right from my secondary school days because mathematics dealt with me in my secondary school days. I started failing maths from primary, even not even secondary school. I failed maths in my primary. I failed it in my secondary. Then getting to SS2 third term, I had no option because that time this lesson center is not that rampant, and the kind of parents I have, nobody will give you extra money to go to lesson center to write your external exam. So I had no option, and I want to go to university. I don't want to relent. But the funny thing is that I do pass every other subject. I do take first position in class even then, but I always fail maths. I wanted to be a medical doctor, but mathematics had been my problem. But towards my SS2 third term, I asked myself this question. Uh, you are able to pass chemistry, you pass physics, you pass other subjects. Why must it be mathematics? Since you are able to pass these other subjects, it is still possible that you can pass mathematics. So I started searching around. It happened that there was my one of my late uncles that died so many years ago. But funny enough, he read mathematics. Then he was a mathematician. So I went to his room in the village then and searched the dusty room and other things. I saw a lot of textbook. Then they call it additional mathematics. That's the textbook I saw. So I started reading through it, teaching myself, disturbing anyone I know that knows maths. Started paying 200 naira, 300 naira to the coppers that we are in our school then to help me and all that. So funny enough, by the end of that SS2 third term, I made credit in maths. I said, Kai, so this is actually possible for me to improve. Then it gave me a serious motivation to start putting serious effort in that mathematics. I started, and surprisingly, we wrote our WAEC. Out of 120 students that wrote the WAEC in our school, then I was the only person that made mathematics. So it gave me a super motivation, and I told myself, I'm not going to go to the university to study medicine again, that I must read maths. That is how I registered for mathematics and started teaching mathematics. And even right from my university days, I had a lot of secondary schools where I go to teach part-time and all that. So one day I went to YouTube. I saw this man. There is this great mathematician, I think maybe from USA, I'm not sure, but he's called Black Pen Red Pen.
Yeah, yeah,
Black
I know
Pen
that.
Red Pen. He's a very serious mathematician. He enjoys calculus. So one day I was watching him on YouTube. I see about 500 persons, 300 persons, 200 persons watching him live. I said, God, when shall I be teaching and people will be watching me live? So the motivation came in and died. But the thought came into my mind again during the pandemic when I was interviewed by the Honorable Commissioner for Basic Education of my state, Anambra State, among other teachers of Anambra State that will participate in the Anambra Teaching on Air. So I was lucky to be among the selected ones. And in fact, I was the first person that taught online on
Wow.
air in radio station then in Anambra State. So the commissioner enjoyed that. And along the line, they started telling me, this thing you did, and it was streamed on Facebook, it gave us a lot of views and all that. Can't you start your own? I said, okay, I think now is the appointed time. So I went one day, opened a YouTube channel, started, I used laptop then to record videos, I'll post. From there, somebody advised me, not only YouTube, but go to Facebook, go to Instagram. So I started going to so many places. And that time, I don't think people that are doing all these online works are very few. And I don't even know anyone then. So nobody to help me, nobody to tell me do this. So I spent a lot of money buying the wrong equipments and gadgets. So,
Wow.
but one thing is that I was doing it having no intention of making money, having no intention. In fact, I was just doing it because I enjoyed doing it. It was giving me serious joy anytime I watch video myself teaching online. So I continued. It was a super motivation. And one night I put a video in my Facebook page. I didn't even like that video because then I value my YouTube channel more than my Facebook page. So most videos I don't put on Facebook, but if that video is nice, I put it on YouTube. If I don't like it, I'll put it on Facebook. So one day I did one funny thing in mathematics like that and said that I will share this in my Facebook page, that is not worthy to be put in my YouTube page. I put that video, started sleeping. In the middle of the night, I woke up. I said, that time I was targeting to get 1,000 subscribers in YouTube. I was at 700 and something. And that 700 and something has taken me almost 5 months to get that 700 and something subscribers. But I woke up one day, went to my YouTube, from 700, under some hours, I got 1,000 subscribers. I was saying, what's happening? That something must be wrong. And that was how I moved on into my Facebook to check if something is happening there. And I went to my Facebook page. I noticed that that particular video that was at 20 views before I slept is now about 28,000 views. So I said, hi, this is magic. And that video continued like that, continued growing, till it got to 1 million views. 1 million views, just like that. And that gave me almost 20,000 followers on Facebook. So there's that day I was posting, maybe in a week, I will post 7 videos. That is once a day. So immediately I noticed that I'm at 20-something thousand followers. I started posting 9. Trust me. every minute I will just do video. I say, guys, since I'm at 28,000 followers, now then they go watch video and they will be tired. I started posting. Once in a while, a particular video will kick off and start trending again. That is what I did. And sometimes I see myself getting 10,000 followers in a day, 5,000 followers in a day. And this thing transferred to all my social media platforms. And when I felt that I've gathered enough followers, I opened TikTok account. And the TikTok account is now about 89,000 followers now. So that was just like that. I was doing it without no intention of making money, without no intention. I was doing it because it's what I like. And that is how I started. That's just the motivation and nothing else. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, thanks for sharing that. And that's what, probably has kept you going, because it's coming out from you, what you love to do. I've heard of several stories, because when they start and you see that the first day, first month is just 10 subscribers, 100 subscribers, and looking at the efforts you put into making those videos, be like, well, let me just forgo this thing. So, but because it's something that you love to do, and eventually, consistency as well is what has paid off so far. Thank you very much for sharing that with us. I don't know if Ms. Kemi is with us now. So the next question should be for her, but if not, let me ask you another question. Talking about you posting, several videos. Is she in now?
All right. Yep. Kemi is in.
Yes.
Is she in now?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, you're welcome. Yeah, so we just asked Mr. Isomnofu online math about his motivation, to go into content creation, talking about math. And from what they said, it was something that he loved to do. And that was what, that was his drive behind doing more, and like that. He just started pouring in. And once results start coming, you are encouraged to do even more. So let me throw the similar question to you. So is it the love of, because I once, let me even put it this way. On LinkedIn now, recently I became a bit more active on LinkedIn. And, I was just checking for teachers, that kind of, that can.
David, there's something up from your end. David, the audio is distorted somehow. No, it's not. It's still the same.
David, check your iPhone.
Still the same.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
can
can
you
hear
hear me?
you.
Is
It's
it better
better.
now?
It's
Okay.
better. Yes, yes, yes.
All right.
Good to go.
So as I was saying, Kemi Gunsoya, you're someone who has this. You've been able to build build your social media presence. That at every corner, and not just everywhere. Your name is just look at it now. When I just searched your name, the first thing they brought to me was your LinkedIn handle. That's to show that you're actually active on that platform. So my question to you is also like, is it that you loved, putting a piece of you out there? Because some teachers are still kind of skeptical. They don't really know. Okay, what am I supposed to put online? So is it that it was out of something? It came out of something you love to do, or so just a decision that okay, I want to be active on social media, and then that's how it. So can you tell us how did it work for you? What was your motivation? What was the reason behind you increasing your
Okay,
presence? Or yeah,
okay, so you've
go
asked
ahead.
a number of questions together, and I'm just
Yeah,
going to
that
answer
was
one after the other. Just can you hear
all
me?
right. Just yeah, can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, so I mean, I'm going to start with the fact that unless the purpose of a thing is known, abuse is inevitable. Or, I mean, if you don't know the purpose of something, you might not know the reason why you really need to get into it. And then, yeah, so you mentioned the fact about how some teachers are still feeling like, okay, they don't want to get on social media and all that. Now, that was me before I came on social media. So right now, when people see me make posts, interact on Facebook and do things, that wasn't me before. It was, it wasn't until when I got to the point where I knew that, I mean, social media is important for me in building my brand, in building an audience, in building credibility. That was when I began to take it serious. So I know that for many years I was the idle social media user. And then, so one day something happened in my classroom and I wanted to share the experience. And I'm like, okay, let me make a post. That must have been about 4 or 5 years now. And then I made a post. And then there were lots of comments, lots of feedback from different people. And so for me, it felt great because usually when I put out things before, maybe I'll have just 1 like or 2 likes or 3 likes. It was like really poor engagement. And then so I put out that post and then it got lots of engagement. And then I was excited. And then so I decided, okay, why don't I just continue on this path? Basically sharing stories of my experiences in the classroom, and then just putting just positively highlighting what we do as teachers, because you find out that a lot of times society tries to perceive teachers the wrong way. There's this wrong perception sometimes about teachers. Yeah, so I wanted to be that positive brand. I wanted to be that teacher that was, I mean, that's positioning herself as an example. I wanted to be so for me, it was about building a brand. I saw that social media was important for me in building a brand, and I knew I had to leverage on it positively. Yes, so yeah, my motivation, I mean, basically was just sharing my story, becoming a positive personal brand as an educator. So I think that's it.
Okay, so I think from what I can pick from probably like building a brand was one of the key factors that pushed you, to engage more with your social media and that has really helped you so far. The result is clear. There's one I saw in particular, and I think maybe you should even tell us more about that. That's like the next question. I saw that there was a day or there was a time you went on a sponsored trip to Egypt, and I'm like,
Okay.
you two, I'm a teacher now. I've not gone. I was like, where did it come from? MPs, and I was like, hey, I don't know. Same teaching about doing. So can you just tell us, okay, how then do you translate, okay, your social media engagement to landing opportunities? It's one thing to engage on social media and just be posting and posting and posting and all over the place, but it's not really leading to something, let's say tangible as it were. Where you begin to become a brand, maybe begin to like be how do I call it now? Like something. How do you lead to? How do you connect the results? Like, how did you do that? How do you transition between just posting and posting to actually landing, opportunities, landing gigs, and yeah.
Okay, so I'll say two things. Number one is consistency. Number two is authenticity. So it's not just about posting and posting. I mean, how valuable is the content you're posting? How relatable is that content you're pushing out? So for me, I think that has been it. right? I'm clear about what I'm pushing out on social media. I'm clear about the brand I'm building. What I'm building is a solid teacher brand, a profitable teacher brand. So when I put out content related to my classroom or related to, I mean, everything I do in the education sector, is because I want to imprint my name in the minds of people, right? That's what building a brand is. I mean, I'm consistent with it. So if you scroll through any of my social media pages, you don't need to you don't need to ask yourself, who is Kemi Obusoya? What does she do? Because it's clearly written. I mean, it's clearly stated. So what I say every time is that my social media profiles speak for me. My social media profiles market me even when I'm sleeping. So yeah, so you talked about the Egypt opportunity. It was just someone who, I mean, saw my social media. I mean, someone who saw my social media page. I think it was Facebook. Yeah, he saw it, and then he received a message from Qatar Airways about something they were doing for teachers. I never knew about it, and then it just came to his mind. Okay, who is a teacher I know? And then somehow he stumbled on my page. He saw it. He sent me the link. Applied for it, and I got it. So I think those two things matter most: consistency.
Imagine you had no presence on social media. That's how,
Yeah.
you might have lost the opportunity. So thank you very much. So I think I want to dive the next question to Mr. Okweifa, the boss himself. Now, he'll be talking about social innovation. So quickly, can you just give us a brief, let's say, intro to what social innovation is to us as teachers? What does it mean for us, social innovation? Can you go ahead, sir? So let's come up with.
All right, thank you, David. And being my first time of talking, I've been listening and learning from my colleagues here. I say good evening, everyone. Good evening to Esumnofo. Good evening to Kemi there. Well, let me go to community-based problem. You as a teacher, you see a problem within your community, outside the box to solving it. You are thinking of something else to do that will just reduce that problem. For instance, you are an English language teacher. You have students in your community. I mean, when I say community now, not necessarily community as in the street, and it could be your school community, okay? And then you start providing solution to that. You discover that some of these students, when they come to school, they don't come with clean water. And you start thinking outside the box. So how can I do this? And then it becomes a solution. You discover that anytime they cross the road, the way we were taught, and you took it upon yourself, or you take it upon yourself to get a problem. You are being a social innovator. So in a nutshell, solving social innovation is just you seeing the community-based problem, and then you are solving it. Then we can say you are a social innovator, and we call it social innovation.
Mm-hmm. So solving problem beyond the classroom. I think that's not just solving mathematics problem in class, but looking beyond that, to see what's affecting the environment and providing solutions to it. Okay, so let me go back to Mr. Esomnofo. Now, the question now to you would be, I kind of wonder when you were still actively teaching in class. I don't know if you're still teaching in class actively now, but teachers have this kind of general problem, let's say problem, where we don't have enough time. We are either marking, recording scores, doing a whole lot of things. So how are you able to make time for your videos, even having so much engagement around? How are you able to make time for your videos and keep that consistency going? Mr. Isomofo, can you please attend to that?
Okay, thank you. Many persons fail in this online content creation because of lack of passion. They just feel that once they come into the system, they will just start packing money with Ghana must go. But that's not so. If you lack the passion, you cannot succeed. With passion, one can do anything. Like now, I don't teach in the conventional classroom anymore because I work with U-Lesson Education that uses technology to make learning possible. But the kind of work I do from Monday to Friday, I go to work. I have personal students I teach online, one-on-one, about 17 or even more. And I do a lot of things. But still, I found out that I cannot be able to continue making these videos I post during the day, because from 6 a.m. in the morning till 10 p.m. at night, I'm always engaged with either lessons or work. So what I do is that I have to deprive myself certain things. One is that I have to wake up around 1 a.m. in the morning. So if there is no NEPA light, I have to turn on generator and do the video, do it as much as possible that can serve me for maybe a week. Like now, I can make a video that can last for 1 whole week, so that even if I travel, my social media platform will still be active. Just like recently when I went to Lagos, I know I need to be posting videos. I do so many kinds of videos. One for the one that goes to Facebook. The one that goes to Facebook is different from the one that goes to YouTube. I found out that YouTube doesn't even like to see my face. So they prefer me using tablet to write. So that is what I'm giving them. But Facebook likes my face. If I don't put my face there, the views will reduce. So I'll start putting my face. And how can I be outside my studio and still have my face in my videos? It's impossible. So anytime I want to travel, I'll calculate the number of days I need to be off my studio. I have to make, if it is 10 days, I have to make them videos. If I want to be posting one a day, if I want to post 30, I have to make it. That is the calculation I do. So some Saturdays, if I see a little chance, I make a lot of videos, whether I need the videos or not. I'll just be changing clothes. You would think that the videos are done that day or on a different day. So like now, I have a lot of videos I've not even posted in my Facebook page and other platforms. So that is what I do. So you have to deprive yourself some certain things and even social life. I've been in Abuja now for getting to 10 months, but I can tell you that I don't know anywhere. I don't know anywhere. So I know since like when I was coming to Abuja, I said, I'll be so close with Mr. Opeifa. I'll see him every day, but I don't think I've seen him more than once. And because I don't usually have time, I've deprived myself so many things. And I'm hoping to have a lot of time to go and tap blessings from him also. But so what I'm just trying to say in essence here is that before you can succeed in this online content creation, you must have the passion and you have to deprive yourself so many things. And that is what I have done. I don't go out. Once I come back, I'll just be in my house. I will stay in my house morning till night. Another place you see me is my place of work. Apart from that, no other place. I don't have friends even here in Abuja. Nobody. So if I'm bored once in a while, I can visit my brother who is living close and still come back. So many things will be deprived until you're able to work hard and create a very big name for yourself to the extent that you don't even need to do work for some persons. By that time, you can have time for yourself, and the only thing you do is to post videos online and make a lot of money and stuff like that. And that has been my dream and the passion that has been pushing me, and that is why I've never stopped. Even today, I posted 2 videos already in Facebook and 2 different videos again in YouTube. And after this, I need to do another 2 again before I continue with my classes.
Talk about consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a saying that you make time for what you value. When you attach value to something, then the time will come. I want to believe that we all are gaining something from this. And if you're just joining us, we're talking about how to optimize your social capital. How can you create a presence for yourself online? That's what we've been discussing so far. And this to announce that after the whole discussion, there will be a kind of quiz. So please, let's pay attention. Let's get ready our questions as well, because we'll be asking them questions. I'm just, playing the foreman here. So when the time comes for us to ask questions, we can ask. So back to Miss Kemi Busoya. Now, I also ask this. Some teachers now, you're talking about creating content online. It so happens that you're a literacy teacher, and I don't know, maybe that's an advantage or maybe not. So, but some people might feel that they don't know how to write. So what kind of content can they push forward? Aside writing, or how can they, engage in the social media space other than writing? Is there any other way for them to do it? Yeah.
Okay. So yes, some teachers might not know, might not be, or might not, want to write. But the truth is, before you get on any social media platform, you must understand what your strengths and weaknesses are. You must be able to self-analyze, know what works for you. So there are different social media platforms with different specifications, right? Each social media platform comes with its own peculiarity, just like Mr. Isomnofu was saying earlier on, that YouTube does not like his face, right? So he uses, I mean, he just writes. So you might be that teacher that doesn't want to write. You can create videos. Okay, you can. I mean, you might go into platforms that have to do with video creation. So I'm going to use an example of Teacher Shade. Teacher Shade is one of the Lagos State superstar teachers, if I may say. She has lots of content on TikTok, In fact, the video that made her go viral, first of all, that brought a lot of attention to her, it wasn't writing. She didn't write. It was just a video in a classroom of her having like a positive affirmation session with her students, and that made her go viral. So it's not about writing. It's about knowing what works for me. For me, I know that writing works. So, I mean, a lot of times I get video shy. So I might not be the person that wants to record lots of videos like Mr. Isomnofu. I mean, I just want to write and just stay behind the camera most times. And that works for me, right? I'm able to write in a way that connects me with my audience. So if you're not the writing kind of person, it's all good. Just understand what works for you. Recognize the different social media platforms and their specifications. So I think that's it.
Okay, that's a very nice. Thank you very much. So know what works for you and then go ahead and work it. All right. So I'm trying to focus on you and Mr. Isomnofu because I've been told that you have another engagement, shortly. So that's why I'm trying. That's why we've kind of sidetracked about that. But no, still with us for a while. So the next question to you now would be, do you have, or what platform would you suggest to teachers to be more active or to start with? Is there like a platform that sells teachers more, or like which one, or just start on everything and push everything up? What's your advice, concerning that?
Again, I'm going to say, do what works for you. Every social media platform comes with advantages. Every social media platform has the capability of launching a teacher out and getting you a lot of audience and visibility. But I'm going to mention LinkedIn because LinkedIn has worked for me. LinkedIn has given me most of my biggest opportunities. So I'm going to recommend that for every teacher, just building your profile on LinkedIn and then just growing your audience there. And this is not to downplay any social media platform, no, but LinkedIn is really crucial for us as educators. So many things, so many opportunities on LinkedIn. So every teacher should try to get there. So every other social media platform, it will depend on what works for you. Facebook might not work for you, it might be TikTok. Please get there and just showcase yourself. Instagram might not work for you, it might be Snapchat. Get there and just express yourself and communicate with your audience. That's what matters ultimately.
Thank you very much. So know what works for you, that and go ahead with it. So Mr. Olasukomi, thank you very much, Kemi, for that answer. Mr. Olasukomi, you talked about social innovation. Now, my question to you would be, as teachers, like I mentioned earlier before, we have a whole lot of work to do. Apart from even academic work now, we have, duty of care to our students and so many other things. So how then, my question is, will social innovations, will it not distract you from your primary duties as a teacher now? Will it not become that you're doing outside, and then you forget to do the one that you've been employed to do? So, or how can you create that balance where one does not affect the other?
All right, thank you. Ordinarily, social innovation should even enhance your work in the classroom. The point is, where does it start from? You added to the definition earlier. I wanted to correct it. That's not necessarily outside the classroom. It could be outside the regular timetable. It could be outside the curriculum. However, it could still be within the classroom where you do something. Social innovation for me started with our club, our extracurriculum activities. But I took mine beyond the regular one where by 1:20, all teachers must come together, mark attendance and go. So we went beyond basic things that we're doing. So it shouldn't ordinarily distract you from your primary assignment, but it should enhance your primary assignment. And that's where this starts from. Where did you pick your social innovation? What problem are you solving? Now, oftentimes, I'd wanted to jump into ICT mainly, but I have a mentor in the house now, in Olalekon, who will tell me that, no, look at your area. Literacy education is your key area. Focus on that area. Focus on that area. And by the time I opened my eyes very well, I discovered that, yes, even within my classroom, I had problems that the curriculum could not solve. So I had to innovate. So that is social innovation in my own community. Within the classroom, I had to, okay, students, if you cannot read and you're in SS1, by break time, come to my office. So it's still within the purview of my work. Okay, come to my office here, we will do that. Before it graduated from ordinary reading, teaching them how to read, to creating a literacy club, to something that is bigger, that other big organizations want to even partner with us now. So it shouldn't ordinarily distract you from your activities. It all depends on where you pick it from. And if it happens that you're even picking it from out beyond your activities, of course, there should be time for everything. Remember, you are employed to hold your chalk and do your 40 minutes first. So you need to just plan your time very well effectively. You can do it weekend, not necessarily within the school time. So it shouldn't ordinarily distract you, but it should enhance your work as a teacher.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. So you should enhance your work. It could be within the classroom and you just pick that interest where something is lacking and provide solution to it. So Mr. Isomnofu, my question to you now, you've talked a whole lot about preparing videos, how you don't sleep. Maybe from now on now, teachers, you are not to sleep by, I know you're not to sleep until 1 a.m. 1 a.m. you start preparing content. Now, you've talked so much about preparing video. Now, my question is, how can we, or what are the basic or required skills to create these videos? I don't know. I don't think it's as easy as we are just saying it. I think, I don't know. So what do you need to know? Do you need to learn Python programming? Which other programming language is there? What are the things required as teachers to be able to, create these videos and kind of optimize them where you can, because so many people are doing the same thing now. So how can you optimize your own videos? How can you push your own video further to your audience? So can you just help us with that?
Okay, creating videos does not require much ICT knowledge, because if I tell you this, you won't believe me. In 2018, I don't even know how to on a laptop. 2018, that was 4 years ago. I can't even on a laptop. In fact, I've never operated a laptop, and I don't know much about Android phone and all that. But one thing is that wherever there is a will, there is always a way. And you also need to do what you love. You don't just say, because Mr. Esomnov is doing and posting videos every day, this man must be making money. Look at his followers. Let me just go and do. You're just having the mindset because you want to make money. The passion is not there. That kind of person will not succeed. But once you are doing something because it is what you love, it will motivate you to go and learn those things you don't know how to do. I don't even know how to edit videos when I started. I don't even know anything. But I just started. One, make sure you are improving every day in whatever you are doing. Like when I started, I don't have much money, or I didn't have much money, but any little money I see, I spend it in buying one thing. And that is what I did. If you come to my room there in Anambra State, there is no electronics device you will not see. So many types of mics. Even I bought projector then at about 140,000 naira when my salary was for 5,000 naira. So I put much money. I put so many things, hoping that one day it will be good. So yeah, they don't need any ICT knowledge to start this. Just have an Android phone. Once you have a phone, even if you don't have a tripod stand, when I started, somebody will just come to my house and be holding the phone like this and be videoing me. After that, I don't even edit. I will just make sure that I'm set to record. Once I'm done, once I'm ready, I'll tell the person. If I do my hand like this, the person will start videoing. And once I'm done, I will blink my eyes, and he stops it immediately. Until I went to YouTube. This YouTube is powerful. Anything you want to learn in this life, you can learn it there. So that was where I learned so many things. I was doing today, how to edit videos. I will type and search for the best camera app to video, because videoing with your normal camera the phone comes with is not good, it's not proper, because it zooms in and out with that. But from YouTube, I searched and learned about open camera, which you have to apply so many test settings to even connect a mic with it and record your videos without any form of shaking, and it will be perfect. That was what I did. So anybody that wants to start this, first of all, needs to make sure that he or she has the passion and he's willing to work hard. Then take like 2 months to do a lot of research on YouTube, on various things that are needed to start it up. Ask questions to those people you know that have started it before you and put in serious effort. And don't fail to post the video any day, even if you are sick. If you know you will sick tomorrow, make video today. So I'm telling you, there will be a way you will do this. You will know that you'll be sick in the next 1 week. I don't know how it works for me, that to the extent that I cannot stay a day without posting videos. So once I notice something that maybe I want to travel, maybe I want to do this, I'll make a lot of videos and do that. So there is no expertise there. There is no more skill you need to
always learn, yes.
Before you can start this off. You can start it today and don't say, let me wait tomorrow and be original. Don't go and copy somebody. Maybe this person did this, you copy. You can watch and see what they're doing and think. Sometimes you need to sleep over before you make a video to know how best to serve your audience and all that. So I think a lot. I watch people a lot to know what is working best. But in everything you do, be original. Once you are fake, it won't work for you. All right. I think
you've answered very much. Thank you very much. So the original, I believe we're taking note of those things, because after this meeting, the idea is that we should be much more informed. You know, school resumes for me now. School resumes on Monday, so we should be much more informed about these things, and should have this mindset that going forward we should be more intentional. I think that's what I've been able to pick from Isomnofo, that intentionality. You're not just you're not just anyhow about it. You're actually intentional, even from Kemi as well. Just focus on it and be consistent as well. This is where there's a will, there'll always be a way. So once you're willing to do it, you can always find a way. Check YouTube and other things to develop yourself. Okay, so question from the audience now. Those that are listening. So do we have any questions for them, specifically Ms. Kemi and Isomnofo, because I think they have something else to go for now. They have another engagement. So if you have a question for them, anyone can unmute yourself, I think, and ask them. Okay. Anyone? Any question on social media optimization, social media, classroom? Okay, and while we wait for that, let's go to Mr. Okoyefa. So, sir, can you tell us why social innovation for teachers? Why do we have to? What's the reason behind it? Can't we just be teachers in the classroom and let it go? Why social innovation? Can you help us with that? While we wait for questions for Mr. Isomnov and Ms. Kemi.
All right, thank you. Now, when I posted this on, I believe you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you, sir.
All right, when I made this post on LinkedIn, the only thing that came to my mind is you as a teacher, you can be more. Now, what Isomnofo is doing is more of social innovation. Yeah, it has the entrepreneurial aspect of it. Yeah, but basically it's solving problems. It's solving mathematical problem using online. How much will you pay him? And then you just watch his video free of charge on Facebook. So that's basically social innovation. Okay, so we can be more. Now, why for teachers? Now, this is it. There's this aspect, they call them NGOs. They discover problem more in education, and if they go out there, source for grants, source for fund, or probably use their own personal funds and their own personal grant, and then they solve the problem in our own field. Oftentimes, you discover that they don't even know the real problem. They still come back to you, and they still use you to solve the problem. Today now, I was dragged to school because a particular organization wants to introduce blockchain to students. Now, they could not come to school directly. They couldn't do it any other way. They had to come through me as a teacher to get students. And in less than how many days I was given, even though we were on holiday, I got them over 30 students that could come around and attend their program. Now, these are people that are not even educators, and they are seeing our own problem. They are solving it. Now, how much more you as a teacher? So that's what all the time came to my mind all the time. That's okay, if non-teachers can solve our problems in their own way, now how much more teachers? So we really hold the main solution to this thing. There's a way we can handle this problem that we can solve it more than them. So basically, it is our field first. We shouldn't allow external factors. Something happened in the aspect of training. I just got pissed off one time that those who are coming to train us in our house, I don't know whether it has happened to some of us here before. they have not even entered the classroom before. And they will tell you that they are psychology or this, they are this and that. They have never tested, they don't even know what it means to stand for 40 minutes of students. Before some of us now pick up, no, this is our own field and we are coming. So the same thing for the aspect of social innovation. We've not started doing so many things anyway. So it is time now that teachers looked at their own field and start profiling solution to it, because it is our field and we can solve it better. That's one. Two, our job is the job of humanity. We are meant to be problem solvers, not just limited to the classroom. We are meant to be problem solvers. So it's high time we started living this type of life beyond the classrooms now. We are supposed to be problem solvers, especially in our own field. There are a lot of problems in our field that we can solve and no other person can solve. So basically those two things, other people have been solving this problem, they can't solve it as much as teachers can do. And at the same time, this is our field, this is the core of our job, not just holding chalk and beating students in the classroom alone. This is the core of our job, and education is not complete except we solve community problem.
All right. Yeah, thank you very much, sir. And that leads me to the next question for you. Talking about social innovations, at times we might need to come up with an initiative. Take for instance, just like TeacherX, for instance, it might just come to us. Let's just create something for ourselves. So or how do we go about registering that? If you come up with a company or with a program, for instance, how do we go about? Is it needed? Do we need to register it under CAC, or we should just keep on flowing with it, as normal? Or can you just tell us more about it?
Okay, so many angles to this now, but I think let me start from the very, very basic. Starting your innovation is not necessarily that you just sit down and feel like, okay, I want to become an innovator now. What should I do? Then, okay, I will make sure that Enough will be doing his mathematics free of charge and I will be paying. I mean, you just think of it like that. No, it all depends on the problem you have seen around you. What do you want to do? Let me use an example of this TeacherX. Now, what's better TeacherX? Then I'll get to registration with it now. Lockdown started sometimes around March, and I was like, is this how we all go home? And then students also go like that. I mean, I was moved. Now that takes us to the aspect of passion. So it must be something you are passionate about. So I look at it, okay, how many students will I even teach online? We have how many? As at that time, I think we had about 12 million out of school children. Now imagine how many of us now join them. I think we should have more than 30 million children out of school. So I just spoke with Mr. Olalekon and we're like, what do we do? We started thinking about it. So the next thing is you have seen the problem now, you have your passion now, you start ideating, you start thinking, how can we solve this particular problem? And it was like, okay, let's get our teachers on WhatsApp and then let's train them how to create small videos, 1 minute video, 10 minutes video, between 1 to 10 minutes video on different content in their subject areas. So we gathered them, they were like, they didn't know how to do it, we needed to train them. So we started another aspect of TeacherX then it was called One Teacher, One Topic. So we started like that, and gradually it was growing. And we didn't start with registration. We were never even thinking of registration. So from there, we move on to TeacherX. Where lockdown was being eased, we discovered that, are we going to start together? And then the name came. Oh, we are TeacherX. We've got the X factor. And, from one problem to another, from one ideation to another, we kept on growing that way. So the importance of it is, by the time you discover you have grown your initiative and you have really solved the problem and you are consistent with it, I think it's now very important for you to register it. And I'm going to quickly tell a story in addition to that one. Sometimes last year, an organization called me that I should come and represent Nigeria in the competition. I looked at it, okay, let's go. So part of the award will be, I'll be given a trophy, a trophy, an object. Okay, and I think two things, an object and probably a certificate for it. Then certain amount of money were allotted. However, it will be given to either my school or an NGO. Okay, either my school or an NGO. Now that same day I was nominated by the person was the same day my lawyer released, or the CAC rather released the certificate of registration of another NGO I created, not TeacherX now. So it was just working together. At the time God I have moved to register this. Ordinarily, now the organization will have forfeited the money probably to the school, and you can imagine what could have happened in such a situation. So that's the advantage of registration. So I registered it, and by the time it was time for me to be paid, we just pushed our name forward that this is the organization we are donating the money to, and that was it. And you know what? That alone, they saw, a teacher in a classroom has an NGO. No, we can do more with you. After I was invited to Lagos to their company, I moved around. I became indirectly their ambassador, even if it has not been endorsed fully. I was made to go around. Later, I got a call that, no, see, we have more for you. Can you do more with us? These are the things we want to do with you. And it's becoming bigger partnership. Now, if I had not registered that, the aspect of registration, however, you need to start with something first, have it well structured, then with time, brand it out and register it fully. I mean, something happened to a sister of mine. She has a very fantastic name that we all celebrate, and suddenly we just found this name being used by someone. I mean, I just quickly put a call to her that, we need to brand this name properly and register it. I believe she is doing that, or she has done that now. So everything just become intentional with it, as we have been saying. Put a structure with it. I mean, you can even get volunteers to work with you. Gradually, your initiative, that's not an initiative now, it's become an organization that you can now write further and then look for partners and move on and go with it.
All right, thank you very much, sir. I believe we're learning a whole lot from what we've been hearing so far. So I was asking us if you have any question for
David.
Analyst. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Mr.
Yes,
Kabiru is raising up his hand.
Somebody,
okay.
His hand is up.
Yeah, Mr. Kabiru.
Okay, Mr. Kabiru, can you go ahead, please?
Okay, good evening or good afternoon from Maiduguri today. Thanks to friends and colleagues in the house. Kemi Adefaya, thank you. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead, sir. We can hear you.
Okay, I said good evening and thanks for colleagues who have put this together, Lekon, Kwefa, Kemi, Esomnofu. Even though I've not met Esomnofu, but I'm looking forward to meeting you, and I'm sure that can happen anytime soon. So thanks so much for all you do. You guys are wonderful, fantastic. You are ambassadors for how you've brought this up and how you've increased the knowledge of teachers, because I see this as a knowledge base, and we're also managing knowledge. Unfortunately, the same issues we have, you can see the number of people on this. Today, I expected I would have 200-300 teachers here. I told my colleagues teachers that they must be here, but unfortunately, I think it's just 1 or 2 of them out of about 50 of them that are supposed to be here. So I start with that for Kemi and Esomnofu. The issue is on how we need to inspire, motivate, and encourage other teachers who have not started doing this, because we know that this is important and they must be. So that's an area that I would like to tap from you, from both of you. How were you inspired in doing this? What were you looking at apart from the financial and monetary gains of that? Sukwami spoke about social innovation and all that. I think we have a lot of teachers. My apologies to other teachers who are social innovators in their way. Motivating teachers on social innovation, social entrepreneurship has been difficult for me. This is something I've really pushed very high and very hard. Teachers see these as additional responsibilities on them. Oh, this is not about developing lesson notes and delivering trainings. You want us to look at SDG issues. These are not in the timetable. These are issues that are additional issues and all that. So let's learn from both of you. How were you able to develop that passion? What if you had to be in a lift with 100 teachers in an escalator? How do you motivate and inspire them that they need to do more and they use more of digital literacy and create more content? Thank you so much for all you do. I enjoy you guys, and I'm solidly always available to be part of this. Thank you. Over.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kabiru. So who would want to attend to the question? Who wants to go first? Oh, okay. Let me start with Ms. Kemi. You want to go first? So answer his question or make a contribution. Can you hear me? Hello.
We can hear
Yes,
you.
we can hear you.
Okay, so who
I
wants
think
to
Kemi is
answer?
frozen.
Okay, who wants to go ahead? Mr. Isomnofu, do you want to go ahead? Just kind of.
Okay. The thing is that in this 21st century, any teacher that is offline is off. That is just the slogan. If you are offline in this 21st century, you are off the market. Because if you look at even the salary structure of what teachers receive in Nigeria, it is nothing to write home about. So, and coming out to create content is the only solution for a teacher to at least live a good life before the reward comes in heaven, because they will tell us that the reward of a teacher is in heaven, but it's better they give us advance here on earth.
Exactly.
So it is only through social content creation that a teacher can be able to live a good life. Even lecturers in the university, they're not even highly paid and all that. So the motivation here is that apart from the monetary aspect of it, it is wise that you have something that you live, that even when you are gone from this earth, people will still watch you and you'll be remembered forever. It's like you making your name, writing your name in gold. It's not even after this life, people will quote you and people will watch a lot of good works you've made. Just like so many musicians now, Osadebe and all that, we still listen to their music, we still play them and we enjoy them. And we cannot forget them. Even Fela that died about 25 years ago is still remembered. Everybody knows about Fela because of the good work he has done. So it will make you, in fact, creating content can take you to places, it can make you to meet a lot of persons. And with all these things, see it as something that is doable. Once you see it as something that is doable, that this person is able to do it, you can do it, provided that you are passionate about it and patient. Anyone that lacks patience cannot succeed here. I did my own for straight 6 to 7 months. Nobody knew about enough online match. I continued. I didn't stop. Sometimes I will see one view. That view will be the one I viewed, or the one my uncles or sister or brother views. Not nobody. But I wasn't discouraged. Don't be discouraged. I continued posting. Even if they fail to view it out, the more they don't view, the more I post more videos. So be passionate, be consistent, and be patient. These three can make you blow as an online teacher, and also just be innovative too. If you try this style, if you think it doesn't work, you go another style. There was a time, even myself, I stopped getting good views compared to the number of views I do get. I said, okay, what could be the problem? I borrowed Mr. Payfa's edutainment. And there was a time most of my videos will come with a music. I started doing a lot of tricks. I did a lot of things. If it doesn't work, I continue changing style until I'm able to get them back again. So even at this number of followers I have, I still post and I still research and I still think of a better way to grow, because better is not enough. The best is yet enough. If I get to 1 million followers, it's not a sin. If musicians, comedians can do that, teachers can do that, and that is what I want. And that is why, for one day, I've never denied telling anybody the secret and how I succeeded. I do share about it, because we can grow if we are many. Just like you see musicians going for occasions, they will be greeting each other, they will be making a lot of fun, traveling on aircraft and all that. So I have the vision of seeing teachers living that kind of lifestyle, where teachers can connect, go to Instagram, post a choke. Teachers can choke. It's possible. So all these things are possible, and that is my dream and what I want to make is possible. That is why I've never denied telling anybody the strategies I use and all that. So let this motivate others and know that social media is not made for comedians and musicians and for BB Niger and for all sorts of rubbish. We can actually create good and meaningful content there by being patient, by being innovative, by being consistent, and also hardworking and making a lot of research. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. That question has been fully attended to. Thank you very much. So I don't know, Mr. Kwefa, do you want to add anything to it, or we just go for the next question?
So I think Isumnofa really done justice to that. But I'm just to respond to what I saw in the message now, that we just need to encourage teachers more, because teachers are being seen as this and that, dropouts. I don't want to agree with that dropout. Probably, yes, they may see us as in second class or third class or fourth class, possibly. But that's why some of us are here to say, no, we are not that way. We are not dull. We were the best in our schools. We were the best when we wrote WAEC. Esomnop was the only one that passed mathematics in his school. I was one of the two people that passed the entire result, the WAEC, while I was in secondary school also. I gained admission, the score I had in JAM was enough to make me study law, and I wouldn't have changed to study roadside mechanic with it. But, we decided to be educators. No, so teachers quite right, we need more motivation. I mean, Isomnof just talking about Ichoke now. 2-3 weeks ago, Isomnof was flown free of charge, to Lagos and come back, and then we'll be moving around states like that too, together. So teachers can still move. Now, not on another person's money alone. I've several times flown this year. Isomnof had gone to Anambra back and forth from his own salary too. So teachers are celebrities, basically. So the point is, you just need to wake up and join us. That's just the call now. Yeah, it didn't start like this yesterday. Some of us had to start. Please, can you help us look for that person and mute the microphone, please? Yeah, that's true. I like that song that is in the background. There's it. We are running, we are everywhere. Yes, that's only one. We are in San Francisco, Germany. We are in Atlanta. We are everywhere. We are everywhere. We've been to Dubai. We've been to Egypt. We've been everywhere. Mr. Lalekon has traveled to over 8 countries. Mr. Ayojogola has done, I think, 8 countries, or even more. And so many other teachers like that. Talk about them. Mr. Adeniyi of Caleb School, and so many other teachers. So we just need to be motivated to say, come and join us. You can be a social innovator. You can be a social media teacher. You can be a brand, just like Kemi. Just come and start. It may, of course, as they've said, it may not be. It's not immediate. Of course, you need to start something. Build your name there. Put your name out there. What's the name? This teacher that Kemi mentioned, Natasha, has been doing videos, not just that first one she did, but suddenly that one pushed her out. Today now, she has a brand new car to herself. So just start with something. Anyhow, make sure you just have your head up there and you are pushing it. It's a matter of 10 years, maximum 10 years. You will see that you'll be standing in front of kings, not me men, according to King Solomon.
Well, thank you very much, sir. Would there be any other question for the panelists? Any other question before we probably take their final words? Any other question? Okay.
Would I say hand?
Okay, because I can't see them. That's why I can't.
Okay, I can help you here. Ovo Key, you can go ahead and unmute the mic, please.
Okay, good evening, everybody.
Yeah, good evening.
Okay, thank you so much for this opportunity. My name is Gloria Ovoke Opanachi. And I want to start by thanking Mr. Abbas. I'm taking back to 2018 when I participated in an essay writing competition he organized, and that was where I met Mr. Okeifa, and the rest is history. For me, it has been an awesome experience being in TeacherX. I've not done so much, but I've been motivated to start from where I am. So it's an honor for me to get. Very recently, exactly a year ago, I started out working with teachers in the early years, that's nursery, primary. And I realized that lots of this category of teachers don't know much about technology. So it's part of what I'm trying to see how to get them on board. But my question is, at what point would we now start making teachers understand that they are professionals? Just yesterday, I had a training at Kubwa, and that's one thing I was driving. So at what point, one, would we start seeing teachers as professionals? And then how can you now mentor? Because I think one other thing many teachers lack is mentoring. yes, mentoring, to put yourself under somebody to be taught. Because that's where a lot of times many people miss out on it. So as how would one go about mentoring other teachers? And then when will you now be regarded as professionals? At what point would you call yourself a professional? Is it when you have your TRCN, or at what point? Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much for the question. Who would want to respond to that question? Let me talking about mentoring. For myself now, one thing that's even helped me so far is my mentor, Mr. Alasko Mekwefa. So mentoring is something we can't even joke with. Get someone that you can observe what they are doing and follow suit as well. So I want to respond to a question. Is are you with us now? Or is she okay, Mr. Akwefa?
All right. Okay, please permit me to still be muted. To still have my camera off, rather.
Okay.
Okay, let's start from the question where she said professional.
Yeah.
Well, I don't see any reason why, as soon as you have your TRCN, which ordinarily is the normal structure in your country, whatever will make you to become a professional teacher, you have it already, and then you are a professional. That's it. So, but what are you doing with your professionalism? That's the point now. Yeah, anybody can say, I'm a professional teacher, but I'm not just practicing. I mean, you must have heard something like that. No, I'm a professional teacher, but I'm not just practicing. I'm a professional accountant, but I prefer to be a caterer. No, so the point is not even being a professional. Yes, once you're a professional, you're a professional. But what are you doing with your professionalism? Now, there you went now with that statement that so many teachers in early years do not even know anything about digital skills. I wrote an article sometimes that is titled "Adding Quality to Your Qualification." You have everything. You have through with secondary university. You have your TRC. You even have masters in that your field. You're almost finishing your PhD, but you don't know Control X. You don't know Control C. You don't know Control P. That you don't even have any. You have not even done any other extra certifications around you. Ordinary MCE, you are still wondering what is called that one, and then you claim you are a teacher. No, you just need to just on your own now add quality to your own qualification. I mean, what brought some of us here? Let me as an example now. I never really knew so much, but I wanted to learn. So when I met Mr. Lalekon, he said, okay, please, you are going to join Microsoft Innovative Educator, something somewhere. So he sent me a link that I should register and I should start. So I started that way. And I discovered that on that site alone, education.microsoft.com, you can check it up now. I think it's on Learn now. Just check Microsoft Learn. I saw thousands of courses. Trust me, almost just like if started putting videos, four videos. In a day, I could post like 4 certificates. 2018, 2019, I kept on posting certificates. I was sharing with every other person. Now, in the space of how many years now? 4 years now, I became a totally different person. Not the same teacher that was in the classroom 2017 or 2018, or not the same teacher that won Multina Teacher of the Year. So what are you doing to grow? Now, that takes you now to the aspect of mentoring. Yes, I had mentor indirectly in Mr. Olalekon. However, some of us can even apply. It may cost you some amount of money. Now, because of time, if you come to me now for mentoring, I'm going to charge you, of course, and you are going to learn a whole lot. I'm going to put you into practice. I mean, you are going to do a lot of things in practice as a mentee. I think somebody is undergoing a particular one now. So you are going to just do a lot under a mentor. Some mentor will ask you to pay. Some will say, okay, no problem. Once in a week, we can be talking free of charge. It all depends. But you just need to look for someone who is doing right in your field. Nothing stops Mr. from mentoring you. Of course, you won't take all his time. If you pay him as he is now, you will just find a way. And if he wants to do it free for you, of course, you can guide it. You just do mentoring now. What this program is all about is mentoring. I discovered that, okay, teachers are not doing enough. These are the things I have done, and I'm beautiful for it. What can we do? Okay, we were in Lagos together with Isomnofu and Kemi. We were like, okay, can we do something for teachers? And like play. Last week, I just said, okay, we are doing this. They fought me that, no, you didn't tell us before. I said, no, sorry. Let's just do this. School will soon resume. Teachers must have something. This is a form of mentoring program we've just done now for everyone. So to wrap up the answer, you are a professional, but what are you doing with your profession? Add quality to it. For mentoring, please go under anybody. If you cannot go directly, go indirectly. Watch them. Anytime they post anything, learn from them and grow. I do that in some cases too. Thank you.
Right. Thank you very much, sir, for that response. Okay. If there is no other question, or is there any other?
I think Blessing raised up her hand. Yeah, Blessing.
Okay. Blessing, can we have you?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Blessing Mojiwe Williams. I'm privileged to be here. Mine is not a question, mine is appreciation. Though I didn't join early, but I wish that the recorded version will be sent on TeacherX so that a person like me that didn't join early can also benefit from listening to it. But the few minutes I joined, I learned so much. Just those 3 words said by, I don't actually know the speaker, but he said, be passionate, be consistent. And yes, I so much appreciate those words. So much want to thank you, all of you, for always making our time to make programs like this, like creating opportunities for us to get motivated. The few minutes I joined, I'm motivated. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your efforts. I just want to say thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us as well. Thank you, Blessing. Okay.
David.
Yes, sir.
Chooks should be on his way now, so let him have probably final words, and then I'll be here till 6:30 so that we can wrap up.
Okay. So, Mr. Somnofo, your final words before you leave us.
Okay. I will always use the word be passionate. When I bought the first whiteboard I used for my lessons, I had 10,000 naira in my bank account, and I used 8,000 naira to buy the board. That time, I don't have a good Android phone. My Android phone is filled up. You know, all this 2G network is shaky. The camera is not smart, but I pay somebody every time he comes to video me with his phone, 1,000 naira anytime for his transport and all that. So even when I had hope of getting money to eat food, I would still do that. So if you are passionate about anything you want to achieve, honestly, nothing can stop you. If you are passionate about it, do it willingly, do it maybe because you want to help students, do it consistently, and also sacrifice a lot. When I started, one secret about growing one's social media platform is that you need to have a foundation followers. There are some followers you need to have that will serve as a foundation for you to trend. You cannot just start with zero followers. You start posting videos and you want to trend. It's not possible. So what I did is that I went to so many tertiary institutions in Anambra State then. What I did is that I checked, because I teach maths. You know what you teach, you can just go and make a research. I made research on some courses they do that is so difficult that they fear a lot. So I reviewed it, I revised it, and went to up to 3 universities or tertiary institutions, even college education in Anambra State. What I do is that I will go there and teach that difficult course for them. Then I'll be having like 150, 30 persons watching me there while I teach. After that, I'll tell them, I'm not doing this for you to pay me. Just go and search a seminar of online maths. Follow it now. I want to see the increase if you want to be seeing me. So I did it. That was how I was able to get to 500, 600 subscribers in my YouTube channel and got some followers. During WAEC, I went to secondary school, did a lot of revision for schools. Their principal allowed me to come in because some managers don't know you, some will chase you away from their school. Some chased me away. So many WhatsApp groups, they removed me that I'm disturbing them. I'll join another one. I don't like now. I don't fear people to remove me. Anytime I want to, I share my post like a madman, even up to now. Even if you remove me, I join another group. So you need to act, you need to fight, you need to have this fighting spirit and all that. Without that, you cannot achieve. There will be a kind of followers you will get. You are now ripe for trending, because you cannot just sit down and be posting video and be looking for who to share you. See, if somebody that has had enough followers share you, you can only get views for that moment and you stop. When you trend organically without help, that is when you have grown. When you trend on your own without any push, it happened like that. That is when you have grown. It will affect all your videos. It will affect your platform. But if somebody just shares you, only one video is trending. It can give you a few followers, but that is not the best thing for you. You need to trend organically. by doing a lot of sacrifices and having foundational followers that will help you to trend, because trending from 0 followers is almost impossible. There is nothing God cannot do, but I'm telling you, it's almost impossible. That is why I suffered for up to 6 months to get that foundational followers that helped me to trend. I even made a DVD plate, solved about 4 years WAEC pass question, put it in DVD plate. I sold it for a week. I said, okay, money is not even the most important thing. Let me share this freely to secondary schools. I went to about 25 schools in Anambra State, and I've shared about 2,000 copies freely to schools. Any school I go, I will tell them, please follow me, follow me. You must be a madman to succeed in this online content. If not, honestly, you cannot grow. And I think that's all from me for now. And thank you so much for this opportunity given to me to speak.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We've learned a whole lot from what you shared with us today. Thank you so very much. Your tenacity and the craziness, as it were, is what has made you forge ahead. Thank you very much, Mr. Isomnofo, for your time.
David, please, before Isomnofo goes, please, can we have somebody in the house just help us appreciate him? Adia Realtor, I can see you, Raymond. If you don't mind, you can unmute your microphone and just say a word of appreciation to this madman. He's posting videos everywhere.
All right. As a person,
anybody, please.
Anyone.
Please unmute your microphone, Mazi Obi. Okay. Go ahead.
Good evening. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really learned a lot. For me, I just always like to hide behind the camera. So I really find it hard to push myself out there, but I think I've been able to learn one or two things today. Thank you so much, Mr. Isomnofo. I've watched your videos times. At least I started watching in the beginning, and it was really eye-opening. Most of the time I share it to my students. Thank you very, very much. We appreciate all you have done. May God continue to bless you as you do this, and we are looking to walk in your footsteps. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Feifa. Thank you, Kemi. Thank you, David.
Thank you,
our moderator. Thank you so much, and thanks to everybody that made our time to join us here. All right.
All right. So, see you at home.
Okay, David, you have like 2 people raising up their hands now. There is Mazi Obi and Ellen.
Okay, Mazi Obi, can you go ahead?
Okay. I want to.
Mazi Obi, are you there?
And she was one that gave vote of thanks for.
No, it was Raymond. It was Raymond that gave vote of thanks.
Okay, it was Raymond. Okay.
So Mazi,
who is the other person?
We can speak louder.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Better now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to say thank you for this.
We're losing you.
Can you hear me now?
It's a bit faint. If you can speak louder.
I want to say thank you.
Okay, thank you. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Ellen is present.
Can you hear me?
You're sounding. The volume is
Hi.
very. Okay.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. Sorry, my background, there's a noise there, but I will try to speak louder. Okay, so thank you very much for the speakers. I'm so happy that I joined you today. Mr. Isomnofo, you just finished us here. Like, we need to go mad. We need to go mad to make this thing. It's not what we can do by just playing. So thank you very much, Mr. Olasukami and Ms. Kemi. Thank you so much. I'm very happy that I joined you. You sharing your story, your experience. I'm so happy that I'm going to implement that. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much, Ma, for that vote of thanks. Okay, Mr. Okwerefa, would you want to? Okay. And like I said before, there will be a quiz. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, David.
Okay, so there will be a quiz. Maybe we'll take the quiz now before you give us your last word, and then you make the announcement you want to make. So our guy at the top, we have our guys and we have our guys. So Mr. Adeoko, can you please help us out with the quiz, just to to loosen up a bit? Yeah, for us. Do I stop?
Thank you.
Do I stop my?
I've taken over the screen.
Okay.
Can you see my own screen now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. So I'll need everybody on the call. You will need to be very, very smart because we are using our mobile phone. I guess many of us are using our mobile phone. So we are going to be switching from one screen to the other screen. So on the screen now, you have Kahoot, the pin, and then we need some of us to now go over to our browser and type kahoot.it. So you can just minimize the themes on your mobile phone. Go to your browser, either your Chrome or whatever browser you're using on your mobile phone, and go to kahoot.it and punch in the pin on the screen, which is 69630. 69630. So just minimize the Microsoft Teams, open up your browser and type kahoot.it. And if you are the type that can split your screen, maybe you don't know you can actually watch two different windows on your phone at the same time. So you might just want to press the minimize button on your phone, then tap the top of a particular window. Then you will see split screen. Choose that for Teams and the second aspect for your browser. So whatever works for you, but you're going to be switching from Microsoft Teams and to your browser now. So I just have 2 people that have joined now. We'll try and wait for more people to join. Minimize your Microsoft Teams, go to your browser, go to type kahoot.it and punch in the pin 69630. 69630.
It's in the chat, so they can click on it, then it takes them straight to the browser.
Thank you. Oh, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people on at the moment. We have 6 people that have joined now.
It's asking for a nickname or something.
Yes,
Yeah, just
give it your name, just your name, something that we can
Type
we'll be able to identify.
your nickname, please.
Don't write
Please type
Mr. Olasukomi, I will not type your name.
Please type.
So type your own name there. So we need to know who is answering the questions. So we have 10 people on now, which is cool. So probably just wait for 1 more minute, then we can start. Okay, 11. Yeah, we've got 11 people on now. So I'll be starting in any moment from now. So what will happen is this: on the screen on Microsoft Teams, you will see the questions and the options. You see the questions and the options. So immediately you read the questions and the options, you can minimize, go to your browser, you will see different shapes with different colors representing the options. So we're checking for the fastest finger and at the same time the correct response. So you need to be very fast, even if you know the answer, very fast to pick the correct answer. We're 12 now. I think I can start now, right? Okay, we have 11 people.
Yes,
12
I think
people.
it's okay. Yeah.
12, okay.
We are fine.
So I'll start now. Just, I think 5 or 6 questions in total, right? So let me start now before we start losing people. Oh, drum rolls. So the questions will pop up on Microsoft Teams, and then you quickly move over to your browser to choose the correct answer. The secrets to consistency is what? A, passion, B, money, C, people, D, complain. Only 3 people responded. Some of us were not that fast enough. It's just 10 seconds per question, right? So I'm moving to the second question now. So after the first question, who is social capital again? So question 2 of 6, how can students use social media in the classroom? Only 3 people responded again, 4 people, okay. All of them. Social capital. Who is social capital? Okay.
It is David. When the Sam is behaving, I know them. Is this David? You
Question
can see his
3.
eyes.
How can teachers use social media in the classroom?
Please help us read the options. I can't see the options. Please help me read out the options. Can't
Too late.
respond.
It's too late.
Two more questions. Don't worry, I'll read it now. I'll read
David,
it
stop
now.
it.
Question
David,
for social
you are
innovation
banned from
solves.
this game.
Quiet. Okpefa, community problem, world problem, personal problem, no problem. So those are the options. I think that was like almost everybody responded now. So who is Ola now?
Ola to come.
So question 5, which one is not a pro of social media? It is cheap to use, it is convenient to use, students can become easily distracted, and it allows for collaboration. Somebody is disturbing us with the noise. Somebody said it is easy to use. Okay. Last question now. Ola is still leading. Last question. What is one con of social media? It allows for creativity. It can be distracting. It is an easy and fast form of communication. There are no cons. Okay, so let's see the winner. Third position, Odufeso. Second position, Ola. First position, social capital.
Social capital.
I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it, sir. I didn't enjoy it.
Social capital was using his laptop, so it was easy for him to just.
We are going to disqualify both of them. So we are disqualifying social capital and Ola.
Please, it's not easy to minimize
the Ola is not me. The Ola is not me. Lekon.
The Ola is Okpefa. We are
it's not me. It's not
disqualifying
me.
social capital and Okpefa.
No, the Ola is not me. Serious.
Are you sure?
This was not easy to minimize and respond to the answers. Please.
Yeah,
I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't want to say any question at all. It's unfair.
Oh, so sorry. So sorry.
It's unfair.
So sorry about that.
Please do another one, please. I wish Karen to do this now. How can I come last? It's not possible. Mr. Ofefi, I will not accept it. Do another one. I want to come first.
Mr. Lekon.
Yes.
See, disqualify that Ola. It is Aoyemi. Disqualify him.
No, we can't disqualify him now. No,
now.
We can only disqualify the moderator.
No, Aoyemi Mani. The movie.
Now we can't disqualify Mr. Aoyemi.
No, it's an idol now.
I'm scoring 0. I didn't answer any question at all.
No, you didn't score 0.
I scored 0. Helen. Imagine.
You are not the only person.
Mr. Olafika, please, I am protesting. I need another one, please. Another one.
Don't worry. It's enough will do that one for you. I will tell him.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, David, you can go ahead.
So, David.
All right. So, winner, social capital. Thank you very much.
Social capital did not win.
Can you imagine?
All right. So, subscribe for now. Enjoy that. Sorry for those that scored 0. Next time.
Please, how do we get the video of this? How do we get the recording of this meeting, please?
Okay, Mr. Okwa,
the link will be shared on WhatsApp, right?
All right, thank you.
Another thing, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is TeacherX Project. Subscribe to it so you see all the other videos of trainings we've done too.
Yes, I subscribe already.
Okay, add more people then. Tell your neighbors to join.
No problem. I will do that. I will do that. I will always do that.
All right. So, Mr. Okwefa, can you give us your final words and then we can end for today? Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to be giving final words that for me and Kemi, because she also had to. Excuse me, 1 minute, please.
Okay, are you with us?
All right, so I'm back now. Sorry, I just had to quickly attend to some human beings disturbing me. All right, thanks. It's been a wonderful time. Although I'm a bit disappointed that our population here did not go beyond 20, did not even get up to 25. I mean, despite all the advertisement, but I believe it's one teacher at a time. I believe somebody has been impacted today. We might not really have said so much. We could not really touch so much on social optimizing of the social media. We wanted to talk about the advantage of advertisements, posts, pictures, and other things like that. But because of other things we are doing, we still want to talk about more about the social capital, social innovation rather. Where can you draw your idea from? Is the SDG? How do you get funds and some other things? I believe there will be more time for this. But I think above all, somebody has said is get a mentor in this direction. Mr. AY is there, Mr. Lalekon is there. These two guys mentored me. They started social innovation long before some of us even woke up. Well, long before someone woke up. When I met Olalekon, it was the one that said, no, these are the things you could do. When I started my first social innovation, I mean, consciously. Unfortunately, you see, the truth is some of us have been doing some of these things we didn't know. Let me go through this. In 2013, I started teaching on Saturdays, on weekends, free of charge, because the curriculum in the FCT here was not, okay, my network is bad. Am I clear now?
Yeah, you're clear. Can go ahead.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. The curriculum in the scheme of work in the FCTA was not in correlation with WAEC syllabus. So I had to gather my students to start teaching them on Saturdays free of charge. That was my first social innovation in the FCT here. Many years ago, when I served in Adamawa, I built a library for them. But I didn't know all these things were supposed to be called social innovation. I didn't put any structure around it. No picture, nothing about it. But in 2018, when I met this friend of mine, we started this together. I started a readers club, and I took picture, and then it went everywhere. People that did not even know me before, oh, you have literacy club now, you have this, you have that. That was what somebody saw in India and recommended me for a particular company there, and they partnered with me first. I mean, from Sweden, sent me materials, artificial intelligence stuff that we now moved from ordinary readers club to literacy program, where we can now use an artificial intelligence gadget to start testing students. And from there, I started growing. I got registered, and then my organization now got attention of big companies. And then today now is something of a testimony. I mean, that's what I got at the back of my mind. I said, no, it's enough for Kemi. We've got to do this. Let's take permission from our big bosses here now, Lekon and AY, and we're going to do this. And they approved it immediately. There, I mean, thanks to them. And I think, David, maybe you call Mr. AY to give us a vote of thanks as, not vote of thanks, so last remark rather, as we'll be closing. So basically, just start somewhere. As Isomnofu said, be a madman with something. Just hit it there, go ahead and give all you can give for it. And before you know it, you see yourself making something out of this. Sorry, this clown has taken light off my eyes again. Okay, so do something there and you see yourself flying higher. So we'll stop it here. I will stop it here. Please, you can keep on learning and keep on growing. Thank you very much. But before I go, I want to thank Mr. A.Y. Odeobola and Mr. Olalekon for giving us this opportunity, Third Prime Hub, to do this. I mean, without the approval, forget it. You may be saying, boss, Okwefa get boss. So I rest it at this point. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Kwefa. So the conversation continues, like he said. So this is just like a starting off of this whole social capital. We get to discuss more and build more about it. So, Mr. AY, if you're with us, can you please give us the final remark as a close for today? Mr. Is he with us?
No, I guess he's busy. Maybe you can just.
All right, maybe Lekon will do that then. Lekon, you can please.
So, thank you all for joining. I don't think I have so much to say again. Okwefa already said everything. So we should just go ahead and just get started already. So everything that have been said by the guests today, we just need to hit the ground running. The best time to start is right now. And just like Isenofu said, don't get discouraged. You just need to continue pushing it. The Yorubas will say if a welder is eating the metal at a particular spot consistently, then he's trying to bring out something. So we should just continue to do what we're doing. And I believe the sky will just be a starting point. So thank you all for joining once again. Keep doing yourself, keep pushing. Let's keep supporting ourselves. Collaboration is the key. I think collaboration is the new form of competition. Let's learn to work together and be our brother's keeper. Together we can go far. Alone we can only go fast and get tired. But together we can go far. Thank you, David, for hosting the fabulous event. Thank you all for joining. Bye.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Diego. So can we just unmute ourselves and just, tell ourselves bye. So thank you very much for joining
Please
us.
drop something for our
Thank you,
moderator,
Mr.
please. What do you
Olasukomi,
think about our
Mr.
moderator?
Oladekun, thank you
Oh,
so much.
it's fantastic.
Points.
Mr.
It's
Sukomi, to
They say you are
answer, yes,
fantastic.
I said I'm
fantastic.
open to free training for early years. So if there are schools around you that have need of an early years consultant or teacher or trainer, I'm available to work with them.
All right, it's noted. I think we can even put on the spot one day, Seth. Come and train us free
All
of charge
right.
online.
No wahala. I'm
David,
very
please note
set. In
that.
fact,
Note
we
that.
can do one because we still have like a few minutes to 7. We're supposed to end at 7, so we can do one just now.
Please, we are tired. Just to know.
We are exhausted already.
Don't worry, there'll be other opportunity that
Let me go and deal with this leper that disturbs me. Yes, sir.
Bye, sir.
Yeah, we can hear
Hello.
you.
Bye, everybody. Good night.
Bye.
Mathematician to answer my questions.
Oh, so sorry about that. No time for him. He has another class.
I understand. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. We enjoy a lot. Sorry for joining late.
It's fine. Thank you.
You'll pay fine next time. I know the person that is talking now.